Good morning, everybody. This is Allison, and I have been away for a while. I was on vacation, and I did have some videos that went up while I was away, and I had a lot of fun. But while I was away, I did some antiquing, and I've told y'all that I was going to do a little haul about what I brought home, and most of this is all going in my shop and I'm dying to get it all up there in my shop. So I'm going to go through a little bit about what I got. And so I had to buy an extra suitcase. And the first one that got shipped to my friend Dawn's house was too small. And so I had to return that. And then I had to order another one, and it got there, and it was just the right size. It was very large. It was a 28-inch suitcase. And then I also had to use a box to ship more stuff home. I used my laundry to cover things to like pack it all in so it wouldn't break. And I only had one broken item out of all of it. And one of them was I had bought 3 of these glasses. If you can see those, my phone is on a new tripod right now, and it decides to go wherever it wants to go. But these are the Coca-Cola glasses from, it doesn't say what year, but I have stuff in this one. But I had 3 of these different ones, and only one of them broke. So, and these I got for $1 a piece. So I know they're going for a lot more than $1 a piece. So that's going to be going into my booth for the holidays. And then I got these adorable Dalmatians. I did not get 101 of them, but I did get a handful of Dalmatians because I know the Disney characters sell well. And these were $2 a piece. And they're just so cute. They move around. The center moves around. Let me see. There we go. Little guys move around. So I picked up a couple of those. Actually, I think all 4 of these were $2. All 4 of my Dalmatians were $2. And then I got some vintage marbles. I did get another pack of uranium marbles, which I have that I'm keeping, and I have those in my uranium cabinet back there. So, but these are vintage, and I learned that they're vintage because of the way the glass is. I asked somebody to give me a little lesson on them. So some of these have some uranium in them, and they will glow. But I plan on making a bucket of those. This was given to me. Dawn and I went in the rain. It said that there was a estate sale. And so we're like, estate sale, let's go. And I'm thinking, I'm sorry this keeps moving, guys. What can an estate sale be up in northern Wisconsin? Well, it was a tractor and trailer estate sale. But inside, we were looking at tools and stuff because her dad's a woodworker. But we did happen to see that they had these casino, you can see casino from one of the Indian reservations. So this was a deck that was used, and it was retired on 2/14/21. It was in on the 4th. It was table 13, and they put a hole through it, so you know that it's been used. And they just gave it to me. Let me see if I can turn that off. I hate that it keeps moving. So that they just gave it to me because I wasn't buying a tractor. Some really cool things I got. Now these, I thought they were salt and pepper, but they're all salt shakers, but it doesn't matter. The old salt, old style, they look like beer, and the Blatz Blue Ribbon, but they're all salt. And it's Milwaukee's finest beer, and they're salt shakers. So I got a little package of these. They're all either Blatz or old style. I thought that was kind of cool. And yes, they have salt in them. Not that I'm going to use them, but I thought somebody would enjoy them, especially people from up north. And then I found this green glass. It's not, doesn't glow, but it's a little tea set. So it came with a tea pot, a teacup, and a saucer. And the pot has a little lid on it. So it's cute for like a doll set. And then I got Cinderella. Oh, this is the hamburger. McDonald's hamburger. These are collectibles because obviously they don't sell them anymore. And when I was there, I looked up prices, but then I got Cinderella and the Seven Dwarfs. So it's a whole set of the Seven Dwarfs, and they roll, and you can make a little scenery for them. So I'm going to sell the Seven Dwarfs, the whole set. Once again, I have to do the price on it, find out exactly. But then the Raisin Men that are collector's items, believe it or not. I don't know if you remember them or where you were back in the early 80s, but the Raisin guys, they all played musical instruments, or they were surfboard dudes. But yeah, I found a whole group of these for a couple bucks. Pretty funny. So those, and Cinderella even came with the Wicked Witch, and the all the Seven Dwarfs were really cute. We even have one that pops up here. Isn't that cute? So it's like, it's off to work we go. Hi ho, it's off to work we go. And they all do their own little thing. So I can't wait to put those together. And then let me put this back in this bag so I have enough room on this table to show you what I want to show you. I went, okay, well, here is one other thing. This was very cool. I don't know if you ever remember traveling or your parents traveling with their own travel alarm clock. Okay, so this is a leather case. It's a German alarm clock, and it's a Seneca, and it has on the back that it was made in Germany, and it does work. I tested it. I wound it. If you can hear that. But you take an alarm clock with you when you travel and set the alarm, and the hands glow in the dark. So pre-cell phones, you'd have your own travel alarm clock. Nowadays they're made in Japan or China, but the Germany had really good watch parts, and so I was really excited to come across this, and it's in the original box. So that was exciting. And then I found, I don't know much about G.I. Joe, but this G.I. Joe is in its original case, and it is from, I was looking for a year on here, but it only costs $5, and I don't know, I thought I'd give it a try. So you don't know until you start learning about some of these things, but it has all the accessories with it for this G.I. Joe. Spy Trooper figure with accessories. So we'll see. I don't know. I can put it in my booth and try because it'll be all closed up, so I don't have to worry about losing pieces. And another thing was, I know in our store we've had a lot of people asking for miniatures. And so I found a bunch for like miniature doll houses and stuff to decorate their miniatures. And I found a few pieces. So I found these miniature chairs that would go with a table. Aren't they adorable? They're all made out of wood and they're finished with a clear coat. And then I found this China hutch and like a side table, a coffee table, and 2 more chairs and another side table. So that was pretty cool. I was excited about this find. And then I'll save that one for one of the last, but these lighters are original lighters. This is by Philip Morris, and Philip Morris was one of the big cigarette manufacturers, but this was really cool to have one of their, it reminds me of Mad Men, if you ever watched the series on cable, Mad Men. And then this, my grandmother used to smoke Winston's, and so it just brought back so many memories, but you would just do this. And I don't know, you can probably put butane in here. I have to cut off these. These were where the prices were on them. But anyways, you would just do this. And then this was Salem, which was really cute. You would just press the cigarette. And once again, you can put the butane in the bottom. And here we go. So for those collectors out there, I thought those were fun things. And then while I was searching, I think I told you about this in one of my finds, but my friend and I both misplaced in our booths somewhere jewelry boxes. I had a blue one and she had a white one. Well, while I was shopping, there was it was an outside flea market, and this was out there for sale. Look at how beautiful. This is from like the 50s, maybe 60s. Oops. But it was is a white jewelry box. Look at how nice this is. There's like no crusties or gross things in it. And it had $10 in it. It had the price of $10 in it. And I text my friend Linda, my friend Ann, Linda. That's a joke between me and her. I text Ann and I said, what do you think? And she goes, oh, absolutely. So I bought it for her. And when I went up to pay, the lady goes, oh, everything on that table is 50% off today. So Anne is getting a surprise today when I go up to the store. She's getting her jewelry box. I'm giving it to her. And then I got these glasses. Sorry. I got these mid-century modern juice glasses. Are these not adorable? So I got a set of 6 mid-century modern juice glasses. And I couldn't pass them up. Just couldn't pass them up. I have to do research on them. Didn't do a lot of research. I got a spool. I've not been able to put my hands on a spool for a long time, but got this for like $3 at that yard sale, outdoor yard sale. I got bingo cards, official bingo cards. These were used in Wausau, Wisconsin at one of their bingo parlors. And that was exciting to get because you don't see those anymore. Because now they have all the electronic little dabbers. And I was going to use this for myself and I decided not to. It's for a jeweler. I know there's all kinds of love going on here. Somebody really loved this case, but that makes it all the more fun. But it says jump rings, and inside of here are almost like test tubes, but it has lightweight rings, number 12. It has all the different wires, and they're all labeled. Number 119 for rings. And number 91, this is medium wire. So a jeweler would keep all of their jewelry stuff. Regular wire, number 20, fuller quality yellow and white. You can see that. I don't know. Try to get it. Sorry, guys. But it has the whole container. Like I said, you can see all those jars. And it looks like one of the wires is in here. The lucky wire is in here. But I was going to keep it, and then my husband's like, why don't you sell it? It'll be worth more money if you sell it than try to use it. And it does have some love. It looks like somebody enjoyed putting their dad's name on here or whatever, but it adds character, right? It adds character. And then this was a really fun find. Many of you will remember having your sewing machine, having a plastic sewing kit that had your bobbins and, you know, your thread and needle. I've never seen one like this before, but you slide open the top, and then when you slide open the top, the sides open and all of your bobbins are here, and then there's cases, like there's buttons here, there's needle threaders here, there's a sorry guys, measuring tape here. There is little sewing needles there, and more sewing needles, thimble, and some what do you call it, or your neck to put in your collar tacks. But how fun is this? And then the whole outside had original Singer spools that are not even opened. And it just, I mean, this was just a find. This is almost hard for me to give up because it's so much fun. But I'm going to sell it because I can't keep everything I find, right? Oh, let's see if I can put it back together. There we go. There we go. And then you hold this two together. Isn't this cute? It's so cute. Now, this last thing I found was my most expensive thing I bought. And it was a bag of vintage, all matched clip earrings, and it was for $40. So you can see what's in it, but you can't, they didn't let you go into it. And I saw some pretty interesting pieces. And so I decided I was going to spend the $40 and go in it because there are some gorgeous pieces in here. And they're all clip earrings. Now, some of these have maker's marks on them, meaning they have the original maker on them. And when I found that out, I didn't know at the time, but when I got out into the car, Dawn and I started looking at some of these. And to my surprise, like this has, what did it say on it? My eyesight is bad, guys. Lingard. I don't know if you can read that. But anyways, it had many pairs of these, and these were going for $30 minimum. They were average, but listener. And they're all matched up. They have matches. I've kind of taken them apart. But that brand is all like $30 to $40. And there's many of them. So I can sell those $30 to $40, just a couple pairs. Even if I sold them for $20 and I sold a couple pairs, I would make my money back. But there's so many beautiful pieces in here. I mean, just gorgeous pieces in here. And like I said, they have maker's marks on them. And some of these are very old. And just so pretty. And the stones aren't missing out of, I haven't found any yet that have stones missing out of them. But even, okay, the front is pretty, but look at the back on that. Just the back alone is gorgeous. So I've been making pins out of them so that people that don't want to wear clip-on earrings, I've been making pins. I've been making, oh, look at this mirror. I've been making, magnets out of them. Here's a nice dangle earring. This is so pretty. This has a name on it. This is Monet, I think. Isn't that pretty? So there's just a numerous amount. And then this is a screw-on back. I have to research this. It's a screw-on back, but look at, I wonder if that's a real pearl. I have to check. I have jewelry checking devices to see what if things are gems or if it's gold. Yes, I invested in that a long time ago so that I can be an honest seller, so that when I'm selling something, I know if it's gold. I'm not going to pawn it off and say it's gold if it's not. But look at how pretty this is. Congo jewelry. But usually if it has a maker's mark, it's worth a little more than just, I mean, it's still costume jewelry, but it usually means it's a little more upscale. Oh, look at this one. Has 4 little diamond chips, not necessarily diamonds, but cubic zirconia maybe, with the pearls. Oh, and this has, oh, for Trifari. I used to work at Lord and Taylor in Chicago in their costume jewelry. I say costume jewelry, it's like their step up costume jewelry. So I know Trifari was a very popular name. It was probably like in their $50 to $100 ranges back then, back in the 80s. So that's Trifari. These pearl hoops. No maker's mark, but those are pretty for dress up. These are old, and they do have a maker's mark. Western, I don't know, but look at the stones on these. Those are stone, not plastic, that's actual stone. And I have to get my loop to see what it says. But there is a maker's mark on there, and I just have to get my loop to see what it says. But I got this whole bag. Now, the good part of the whole story. I got this bag for $40, and I got some gifts in that store for my friend Dawn. Her dad and her brother, her dad and her husband collect fishing lures because they're avid fishers. Obviously, having a cabin up there, they go to all the fishing places. And so I bought them some lures. Those things are expensive, by the way. But it's kind of like me. I know what I'm looking for. You know, if you're into antiques or if you're into buying something, you know what's expensive, what's not, such. And so I spent my most money there because this was like $40. And then on the way out, I showed him a ring that I bought at my store here. And I know that I wouldn't have spent more than $40 at the very most, because it was a spare of the moment ring that I bought because it glowed, and I collect uranium glass. And I remember one evening I was checking all the cabinets to make sure everything was locked, and I had my black light on me, and I saw this ring that lit up, and it had a couple turquoise couple pieces of turquoise around it, but it was not the shape or the kind of size of ring that I would want. But it glue. It was like it was bright green when you put the black light on it. It's like, oh my God. So I had that ring on me, and I showed him because he had a lot of uranium glass in his store, but it was really expensive. And I said, yeah, check this out. And I showed him my ring. And so when I was checking out, he said to me, well, if you're ever interested in selling that ring, I'd be willing to buy it. Oh, I said, how much? Because I didn't have any like emotional ties to it. I liked it because it was interesting, and the story about how I just happened to be closing up one night and I saw it, and I'm like, get me the keys. Somebody, don't close up the register yet. I want to buy this. And so he took it back to somebody in the back, and she came out and she goes, we can give you $100 for it. And I said, okay, well, let me walk and think about it. And I know that I would not have spent more than $40 on this ring, because I never make a quick decision like I did that night when I bought it. One, I usually never have that much money on me, and two, I would ask my husband if it was 50 or above, like what he thought. And so Dawn and I are walking up and down the street, and I call my husband. I'm like, this guy asked me if I wanted to sell my ring for $100. And he's like, it's up to you. So I'm like, okay. So I go back in the store, I kiss my ring, and I give it to him. And he gave me the same $100 that I gave him. So I basically got everything that I got in his store for free. So these earrings were free. The gifts that I bought were free. And the marbles were all free. I don't remember what else I got in his store, but everything I got in his store was for free because I sold my ring. I don't fully miss my ring. I miss it because of the uniqueness about it, but it wasn't like I was selling my grandma's ring and it had like real sentimental value. But it's a story I'll never forget, so I have a story to go with it. And this was my basic haul for my trip to the Northwoods. And I had a great time, and I shared some fun videos with you. Unfortunately, I got really sick the night before I came home, and I've been in bed since. Today is my first real day up. Yesterday I was up piddling around the house, kind of organizing a few things. I unpacked and laid down a lot. But today I have to get up to my store to see what it looks like after not being there for almost 2 weeks. So I wanted to put this together to show everybody what my haul was so that I can get it marked and put up there. Anyways, have a great day, everybody, and thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe and share with somebody who might find interest in vintage items. And I will be back. I did put a video up on my other station. I found out that one of my very dear friends, her mother writes children's books. And I shared a story about my camp life and my friend Marnie and her mom, who wrote the book that I read yesterday, Stories Under the Silent Sky. So check that out if you get a chance, but don't give up, because I'm not giving up. Have a great day.